Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to Coach's Corner East. We're at Gallion High School tonight. A little different setup as we got a choir concert going on in the Commons area. So we're in the media center for the spring sports show here at Gallion. Final show here at Gallion High School this sports season. And we are brought to you in part by Terry Gribble and Associates at your Gallion Community Center YMCA, Dr. Erica Schieber at Bucyrus Veterinary Service, 222 West Mary Street, Bucyrus, Rod Steiger and Associates at Pizza Hut here in Gallion and Bucyrus, host of this show since 1992, and Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing and Signs, the official phone board t-shirt provider, Route 309, across from the Marion Depot. A little later on, new track coach here at Gallion, Ryan Scribner, and some of his track members will be here. Prior to that, it'll be Doug Hunt and the softball team talking about their upcoming season. But we start the show tonight with second-year head coach here at Gallion, Ken Fagan, and his baseball team. And Coach Fagan, thanks for coming out tonight. I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
We were talking a little bit off air. This is a little unusual in that normally this time of year we're still looking at snow drifts and you're having to work inside in the gym or in cages. Yeah. Talk about how you've gotten out a little bit.
We got bored of the gym pretty quick. But I think today was our fifth or sixth day outside. It's been pretty chilly, but we're grinding through it. And I think it's definitely a lot better. Better to get workout outside, a little more live stuff, scrimmaging each other.
Sure.
I think that makes you better a lot faster.
More true hops and everything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Second year here as a head coach. You're a Buckeye Central graduate. Yeah. Talk a little bit about last year. You lose in the sectional semi to St. Mary's Memorial 1-0, a tough loss, but kind of encapsulate kind of the whole season, your first year as a head coach here.
Yeah, no, went to St. Mary's. It's a 2.5-hour bus ride to end the year. Max threw a heck of a game, and a guy came off the bench and hit a home run. We lost. I mean, that was kind of how the year ended. I think we were all really disappointed because I think we picked up a lot of momentum at the end of the year. I think we kind of started to figure it out there towards the end. But no, we had our hurdles. We played a lot of young guys. We brought back a ton. We lose Brody Simsick and Hudson Miller and Sam Albert, who are big contributors, but we got guys who are going to fill in pretty well. So
talk about some of those key players that are coming back this year for the Gallion Tiger baseball team.
The guys we got here, Hunter Minier is going to move behind the plate for us. He'll be our everyday catcher. Max Albert, he's going to be our number one on the mound and shortstop, middle infield guy. And then Braylon Hart's going to see some time on the mound, some time at corner infield. Same with Derek. We got a bunch of guys coming back who can play everywhere. We got guys who middle infielders, outfielders. We're a little thin pitching, losing a lot of innings, but I think some younger guys will step up and fill those in pretty well.
Still early, of course. You haven't even had a scrimmage yet, but when you look at the group, and I think you told me like probably 27, 9 through 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good numbers. You'll have a JV team. But when you look at the varsity specifically, will you, in your opinion, will you be stronger on the offensive side or the defensive side?
I would say defensive. I would put our defense with anybody right now. A lot of young dudes who play a ton of baseball, so we're blessed there. And I think they're getting a lot of continuity when we're doing infield drills and we seem pretty dialed in on defense. Young guys, they struggle to hit sometimes, right? They take those slumps a little longer than you'd like. So we got some numbers we're looking to hit on offense, but I think defensively we're going to be really strong around the board.
Now, from a pitching standpoint, and let's face it, when you get into April and more so late April and May, you're playing almost every day because you're going to have some early rainouts and things like that. What's the rules on how often someone could pitch? I mean, Max here, how many times could he pitch in a week?
So if you do it right, and Max is really efficient. So Max. We finished some games an hour and 5 minutes with Max on the mound last year, which was awesome.
With no clock?
Yeah, no clock. We want to work fast, keeps his pitch count down. So if you're lucky, you get your best guy on the mound 1 to 2 times a week. If you can spread it out from like Monday to Friday or however it goes. But we try to keep pitch counts down just for when you get into that late April, early May. You got 6 games a week. You got to find some guys who might not throw a ton are going to be out there. So.
Right, and I'm sure it's also when you're in a league implication, maybe you won't throw a guy in a non-league game because you want to save him for a key league game or something like that as well.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. So
I should be a coach maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So tell me, speaking of that, what were some of the biggest things that you learned as a first-year head coach here?
Probably just not to get too high, not to get too low. Kind of riding right in the middle. Because, last year we had some we had some disappointments, and then we had some really good days. And it's kind of just trying to ride right in the middle, right? So just kind of moving on from whether it's bad or good, just going to the next day or next game and resetting. So
Sometimes have to have a short memory, right?
yeah, very much, very true.
All right. Well, let's take a moment and talk to the young men around the table. We're brought to you in part by Don Barr and Associates at Galleon Building and Loan Bank, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia, 1 mile east of the Richland Mall, and Mark Osborne and Associates at E-Crane International, serving worldwide markets from the Galleon Industrial Park, and many familiar faces from the sporting season all over this year, from the time we were at Pizza Hut in the fall, then through winter, and now spring. And Carson Frankhouse is up first as a junior. Thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again. Position you're playing on the team this year?
Anywhere in the outfield.
Okay.
Sometimes on the bench. We'll see what happens.
Do you have a preferred outfield spot?
No, I just love every part of the outfield. Left, right, center.
Okay.
I just like catching fly balls a lot.
Like running those down? And okay.
Laying out for them.
Have you done that a lot?
I try to. Every chance
You want to make it exciting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Batting wise, is that more of a strength hitting, or is your outfielding more of your strength, in your opinion?
I feel like, me personally, I'm pretty solid at both. It really depends on the day for me. Because sometimes I feel really confident in my fielding ability. Other times I'm just not seeing the ball as well when I'm in the outfield. But then on the other days, I feel like I can hit the ball pretty well when I want to.
Yeah, all right. Well, now you got to learn how to put both together. And let's face it, during these spring games, we'll get days that are really, really windy. I'm sure that's just an adventure out there trying to judge where the ball started to where it's going to finish and how you're going to track it down. Talk about that a little bit.
Sometimes it can be a challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge.
Yeah.
It makes the game exciting. Because I don't want to just stand out there being bored the whole time.
I agree. I'm all for that.
We like when you're bored out there.
Well, good luck this year. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. And Connor Ganshorn is next as a senior. It's good to have you back. And what position on the team?
Mostly outfield.
Outfield as well. Do you have a favorite position, or?
Definitely right.
Definitely right.
Right or left.
You don't want to be in center. What is it about the corners that you like better?
Not as much of a run.
Yeah, you're going to let your boy here.
Got smaller legs than everybody else, so it's
Yeah,
harder to get a ball.
yeah. All right. Your last year here, and talk about if you've thought about it a little bit as a senior, having the same coach now this second year and what that's going to feel like, and because you're used to the way that Coach Fagan coaches and how important that's going to be, not only for you, but the entire team as well.
It's very important. It's like I'm very comfortable with him coaching, and I can work with him. I'm very coachable.
Yeah. How about the MOAC? Just like it is in all sports here, it's a very tough and competitive league. You look at Shelby, you look at Clear Fork. Who do you see as kind of some of the top teams in your opinion?
In my opinion, definitely a Shelby we want to beat, but we're always looking for a challenge. So.
Yeah, everybody's going to come and bring their A game. Are you excited about, this is it. This is the last hurrah, the last thing you're going to do before you get your diploma and walk out of here. Are you pretty excited about it?
I'm excited to get out of the school, but sports I'm definitely going to miss.
Yeah, it's a major important part. Very good. Well, enjoy your senior year. Have fun, and best of luck to you. Thanks for coming out. Alan Carver is a sophomore, and thanks for coming. Now your second year. Well, what do you think? I know it's early on. You haven't had a lot of time to do stuff, but where do you see your biggest growth from when you were a freshman last year to a sophomore this year?
Probably fielding. Fielding the game.
What position?
Second base.
Second base. Okay, that's just kind of natural for you, that position? Okay. And what has gotten better? Where did that confidence come from that you act like, well, now I know what I'm doing?
Probably me and Max, working together and building a bond.
Turning double plays, things like that. Talk about, is that more reading the play, or is that footwork, or what's really important to be efficient at turning a good double play?
Fundamentals first, and then it's just it comes fielding the ball first, honestly.
Yeah.
And then ball first always.
Yeah, right. Is there a lot of communication? Let's say someone just walks somebody, you got a guy at first. Are you talking with the pitcher or your shortstop of who's covering, or talk about that communication? Who's covering the base if he steals? What's that communication like?
It's like me and Max will always talk back and forth, who's got bag, or it's like that.
Okay, so you're constantly talking. How's your hitting? You feel pretty comfortable at the plate early on, or is there still some things you need to work on?
Still some things I need to work on, but I still.
All right. Curveballs in the MOAC tough to hit?
Oh yeah.
Your teammate there shaking his head. We're going to ask him about that. He must like the jump. Well, I hope you have a great, successful sophomore year. Thanks so much for coming out. I appreciate it. All right, Derek Prosser, Mr. Senior. What do you like about the curve? No trouble for you?
I always just get it every time. Every pitch I get is usually just kind of ball.
Yeah, is that right? Nobody's going to throw you heat because they don't want to make a mistake. So hitting is your strength and power is your strength?
I would say so.
Yeah. How many home runs did you hit last year?
I think one, but you know.
A lot of gaps too, a lot of doubles and things like that, or?
I was actually out a year, I think. It was the year before I hit one.
Okay.
I tore my ACL last year.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. How do you feel now?
I feel good.
Yeah, strength and everything. Okay, what position are you going to be playing in the field?
First.
First? Okay, all right. Are you a right-handed thrower?
Yep.
Okay, so first has kind of always been your home?
Always been.
All right, very good. So your last year, what do you want to accomplish personally in your final year of baseball here?
I want to have a winning record and just see how good we can do. Maybe win some state championship.
Yeah. Hey, anything to get as far as you can. That'd be a wonderful thing. All right. Very good. Well, continued success and have a great year. A year that you're probably really looking forward to, considering you lost last year or most of last year to an injury. So good for you. Braylon Hart is here as well as a senior, and position you're playing on the team, Braylon?
Third base and then on the mound. So.
Okay. So do you like having to go in and throw, or?
I love throwing.
You love throwing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like a reason I've always played third. I feel like I always had a decent arm in the field to be able to actually get it across there.
That's a long toss over to your boy here at first, isn't it?
That's a toss. I'll tell you that.
Do you feel pretty good on strength-wise of being able to get it over there accurately so he doesn't have to do a lot of gyrations, dig it out of the dirt?
Yeah, normally it's more of a, because at third you don't really have a lot of time, but like you have to know room for error at third. I mean,
Yeah.
no matter who it is, even if you bobble the ball for the slightest second, I mean, it has to be a perfect throw and it has to be on a rope or he's going to be safe. So being able to throw the ball on like a rope like that over there, I think a really good throw is pretty hard to do. But it's more of the play. Like if you have to run a lot, it's a lot harder to throw. But if it's straight to you, it's not really a difficult throw.
Early on in the game, you probably have to judge, this guy's got some hops down the line, I got to really chuck it over there, or I got some time, I can relax a little bit because he's not a burner, right?
Yeah, we had stuff for that last year. We would know if a guy's really fast or not, and we would let the infield know to, like, if we have to transition the ball quickly and get it out of the hand quick.
Okay, very good. And Coach talked about your defense being a strength. Do you believe in that?
Oh yeah, I mean defense is what wins, or both defense and batting wins games, but you can't let teams go out there and just floor you off hitting the ball.
Right.
So you gotta be able to stop the ball, but batting's just as important too.
Good for you. Well, enjoy your senior year, have fun with it, and hopefully many, many wins. Max Alberts, sophomore, is here, and you're going to be the main guy. The guy, what do they say? The guy on the hill with the pill, so to speak. That's a lot to burden as a sophomore. You're willing to take that on? You feel good about that?
Yeah, I feel really good about it. I kind of took on that role last year. Just wanted to fill up the zone, force ground balls, and let my defense do the work.
If you had that when you had that last year, of course, being a freshman, you're probably like, oh crap, what am I doing here? Throwing against seniors, juniors, things like that. How have you become a better pitcher from last year as a freshman till now as a sophomore, just early in the season?
I would say mainly just confidence. I mean, baseball is all about a mind game, basically. So, however confident you are, and confidence in yourself and how you're going to strike people out, and like they're not going to hit you, and you're going to do well.
Talk about the importance of having your battery mate back again this year, and that confidence that gives you behind the plate.
I think it's going to be real well. We've been building a bond together, and we know what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are, and we can spot up places, and he knows like where I can't throw the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Good. What would you say your speed of your fastball is right now? Not that you've topped out or anything yet, obviously, but
I want to say around 80.
good for you. And throw a little junk in now and again?
Yeah.
Good for you. Keep people guessing for sure. Well, enjoy. Have fun this year. And I look forward to big things from you and the entire team. It should be a good time. And Hunter Miniard Jr. is here as well. Thanks for coming out. And you're the main catcher, right?
Yeah.
So talk about, from your perspective as a catcher, the bond that you have with Max and the rest of the guys that come up here and throw.
I mean, we just spend a lot of time together, so I think I know all of my pitchers pretty well. I know what they have, where they can put stuff, and then like what we can do against certain guys.
So you got to know the batters pretty well too. You have to know kind of where they like it, where they don't like it, and call the game. I mean, surely coach is telling you this is kind of what I want, but you have that free form to kind of do what you need to do to get a guy out, I assume, right?
Yeah, coach does a great job. He gets us our scouting report before basically every game, and then he gives me freedom to call pitches, but normally he's doing most of it.
I would think a catcher, especially at the high school level, and it's no disrespect to pitchers, but you're probably down in the dirt, coming out of the crouch, trying to block, having to go back to the backstop if you didn't get that. It's a lot of work back there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, but I love doing it. I always have. That's just what I'm used to.
All right. How's the gun down to second? Somebody stealing?
I think it's pretty good.
All right. Got to still work on it a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, your boys here in the infield do their job, or Derek over here holds them on and pulls on their jersey and doesn't let them go. You know, those kind of things that'll help. Well, good luck. Have fun this year, and I appreciate you coming out so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take one more break here, talk to Coach to finish up the show. Brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller, Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Galleon and Crestline. Dr. Thomas M. Britton, Clubview Vision Center next to the golf course in Bucyrus. Joe Kleiman, Associates at the Galleon office, First Federal Bank of Ohio. All right, Coach, your thought on the MOAC. As I mentioned, a pretty tough league. You got Shelby, Clear Fork. It's always going to be a struggle. What do you see it? How do you see that shaking out? Some of the top teams.
I mean, Shelby loses a lot, but they're going to bring back a lot. I don't think their JV team lost a game last year, and we know they got some guys coming in that are going to be pretty good. Clear Fork's got first-year head coach.
Right.
It's one of my good friends, Gabe Kennedy. I think they're going to be very well coached, and they got some dudes over there too. The Marion schools are always competitive. We split with all the Marion schools last year, so you know, we know that they got some things that they do differently. And then the new guys down south in Highland,
Yeah.
that's kind of the hump that nobody could get over last year, and they throttled us. I mean, they were good. And we're looking to get a chance back at them again. So
Good.
So
Good.
it's gonna
You
be
have,
tough.
you have some scrimmages coming up. March 16th at Plymouth. March 18th, your Buckeye Central, your alma mater with Coach Jensen over there. That'll be fun. March 21st at Bucyrus, and then March 22nd versus Norwalk if you get them all in. And right now we're scheduled to see the starting game March 25th against Lexington, a doubleheader here. That's a Saturday. And outside of your league, non-league contests at home with Mohawk, Colonel Crawford, Crestline, Fredericktown, Mount Gilead, and road contest out of the league with Crestview, a doubleheader at Winford, doubleheader at Madison and Northmore. So really good competition.
Yeah, we kind of moved our schedule around to play some more local guys. Like Winford's in a really good spot right now. They're gonna be tough.
Right.
We played them last year, and I think we came away with a win there. But I know they're just gonna get better. And then, you know, playing Colonel Crawford's always fun. Just it's right down the road, and Coach Corbett's always great to be around and talk to. So non-conference, you know, we got some challenges, and we think we have some opportunities to get better there going into the tough league.
Very good. Well, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. Wish you the best of luck. Hopefully it's not snowing on opening day. You can get out there and do your thing, and just wish you the very best of luck. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You betcha. We're going to take a break. It's softball time with Coach Doug Hunt and the Lady Tigers of Galleon right after this timeout.